Picture the hottest day you've ever lived through. The kind of day where stepping outside feels like opening the door to a giant oven. The ground is so hot it seems to shimmer and the air feels like it's blowing straight from a hairdryer. Now, imagine there's no air conditioning, no fan, no cold drink waiting for you. Now imagine you're standing there. 100,000 years ago. The temperature is close to 120 degrees. Most animals have already disappeared into the shade. They aren't hunting anymore. They're just trying not to overheat. But you keep walking. Not because you're stronger, not because you're faster, because your body is built differently. Long before humans invented air conditioners, umbrellas, or even simple houses, evolution gave us something much better. It turned our bodies into one of the best cooling systems on Earth. Every drop of sweat, every step you take, even the way you stand has been shaped by millions of years of surviving the heat. And the amazing part? You're still carrying those same survival tools today. So how did our ancestors stay alive in temperatures that could kill most animals? Let's go back to where it all began. If you looked at your ancestors a few million years ago, they probably looked a lot hairier than you. Back then, having thick body hair was useful. It protected the skin from the sun and kept the body warm during cool nights. But as our ancestors spent more time walking and running across open grasslands, that thick fur became a problem. Imagine wearing a heavy winter jacket on the hottest day of summer. That's what fur can feel like when you're moving under the blazing sun. Every step your body takes creates heat. The longer you walk, the hotter you get. Now, if that heat can't escape, your body starts to slow down. Eventually, it becomes dangerous. So, over hundreds of thousands of years, humans made an incredible trade. We lost most of our body hair. At first, that might sound like a bad deal. After all, fur protects many animals. But humans gained something far more powerful. We became masters of staying cool. Unlike most mammals, our skin is covered with millions of sweat glands. They're like tiny cooling systems spread across your entire body. When your body gets too hot, these glands release sweat onto your skin. As the sweat dries, it carries heat away from your body. It's the same reason a wet towel feels cool on a hot day. Your body is doing that all by itself. This gave humans a huge advantage. While many animals had to stop, rest, and cool down, our ancestors could keep moving. They didn't need to be the fastest. They just needed to keep going. And in nature, sometimes the one who never gives up is the one who wins. But there was one problem. A cooling system that runs on sweat needs one thing more than anything else. Water. Sweating is an amazing way to stay cool. But there's a catch. Every drop of sweat is water leaving your body. On a hot day, you can lose several liters without even noticing. If you don't replace that water, your body's cooling system begins to fail. So how did our ancestors survive in places where rivers were far apart? They planned ahead. In parts of southern Africa, people found a clever solution using something most of us would never think of: ostrich eggs. After an ostrich egg was emptied, they made a small hole in the shell. Then they filled it with water and sealed the opening. The shell was surprisingly strong and light, making it a perfect natural water bottle. Some were even buried in the ground along travel routes. A few feet below the surface, the sand stays much cooler than the air above. That helped protect the water from the blazing heat until it was needed. Imagine walking for hours across a dry landscape, knowing that somewhere ahead, hidden beneath the sand, you had a small supply of fresh water waiting for you. It wasn't luck, it was planning. This ability to prepare for the future became one of humanity's greatest strengths. Our ancestors didn't just react to nature, they learned how to outsmart it. But surviving the heat wasn't only about carrying water. Sometimes, the smartest thing you could do was absolutely nothing. Have you ever noticed that around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, your energy suddenly disappears? You're sitting at your desk, you're in class, or maybe you're watching TV. Then, out of nowhere, you can't stop yawning. Many people think it means they're lazy. But your body may just be following an ancient rhythm. The hottest part of the day is usually between early afternoon and late afternoon. Under the blazing sun, working hard during those hours can quickly lead to overheating and dehydration. So our ancestors learned an important lesson. Don't fight the sun. Wait it out. Instead of running across the open land, they often slowed down. They rested in the shade, drank water when they could, and saved their energy for the cooler parts of the day. Even today, many cultures in hot parts of the world still take a break during the afternoon. It's a simple idea, but it makes a lot of sense. Scientists know that our bodies also have a natural dip in alertness during the afternoon, thanks to our internal body clock. In hot environments, taking a break would have made even more sense. So the next time you feel sleepy after lunch, it doesn't necessarily mean something is wrong. Your brain and body are simply reminding you that sometimes resting is the smartest survival strategy. But our ancestors had one more advantage. They didn't just change when they moved, even the way they stood helped them survive the heat. Take a look at a deer standing in the middle of an open field. Now imagine the sun directly overhead. Almost its entire back is exposed to the sunlight, soaking up heat like the roof of a parked car. Now, think about yourself. Because you stand upright, much less of your body faces the sun. Most of the sunlight hits your head and shoulders instead of your entire back. It may not seem like a big difference, but over hours in the heat, it matters. Standing on two legs doesn't just help you see farther, it also helps you stay cooler. And there's another surprising detail: your hair. For years, people wondered why humans kept hair on their heads after losing it from most of the rest of the body. One answer may be simple: your hair acts like a natural sunshade. It blocks some of the sun's heat before it reaches your skin, while still allowing air to move around your head. Curly hair may be especially helpful because it creates a layer of air between the sun and your scalp. That extra space can reduce how much heat reaches your head. In other words, your hairstyle isn't just about appearance. It may be part of an ancient survival system that helped protect one of your body's most important organs, your brain. By now, it's easy to see that surviving extreme heat wasn't about one amazing trick. It was a combination of small advantages, working together over millions of years. And those same advantages are still part of you today. The next time you're outside on a hot summer day, remember this: your body isn't fighting the heat, it was shaped by it. For millions of years, our ancestors lived under a blazing sun. They walked across open land, searched for food, carried water, and kept moving when many other animals had already stopped. They weren't the biggest, they weren't the fastest, but they were some of the best at one thing: enduring. That ability is still inside you today. Every drop of sweat is your body's natural air conditioner, that craving for salty food after a long, hot day. It's your body replacing minerals lost through sweat. And that sleepy feeling in the afternoon, part of it comes from your body's natural daily rhythm. And in hot environments, slowing down would have been a smart way to avoid the worst heat of the day. These aren't flaws, they're reminders of where you came from. Your body carries millions of years of survival, built into every heartbeat, every step, and every breath. The world around us has changed. We have air conditioners, cold drinks, and cars that can take us almost anywhere. But underneath it all, you're still running the same incredible survival system that helped your ancestors thrive in some of the harshest environments on Earth. And if you think surviving the heat is impressive, wait until you see how humans survived the exact opposite: the Ice Age. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to subscribe. There are still countless stories hidden inside the human body. And we're just getting started.